As the standard year begins winding down, many players are having discussions about the annual Hall of Fame announcement. Quite a few cards are being discussed during this time, but there are only a few that Blizzard will deem worthy of rotating into wild exclusivity. In this video, we're going to highlight the top 5 cards that our standard experts have deemed problematic or too powerful for standard and will be happy to see rotated into the Hall of Fame. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Tempo Storm news and Hearthstone content. Now let's jump right into it. First up on our Hall of Fame ballot is everyone's favorite 3-drop, Mind Control Tech. MC Tech has been the cause of countless tilt-inducing board swings for as long as players can remember. The root issue with this card is its cost. 3 mana 3/3 is about the average rate for a 3-drop, but the ability to massively swing the board by playing Mind Control to steal a random minion for 3 mana makes for an impressively powerful card. Because of the nature of Mind Control Tech as a neutral card, it shows up in a lot of metas as a generic answer to a wide range of problems, and as a result is played in most classes with surprising frequency. The range on the card spans from a basic 3-drop minion to a 3 mana card that steals the opponent's strongest minion and brings a 3/3 along with it. The sort of board-crushing swing that Mind Control Tech enables is too strong for the 3 mana rate. Because of this, we hope this card sees a rotation to the Hall of Fame soon. Number 2 on our list is Preparation. Preparation has been the workhorse of rogue decks throughout Hearthstone's history. We think it's time we put this card into retirement. In the Year of the Mammoth and the Year of the Raven, Preparation has been used to abuse cards like the Caverns Below and Vanish. Without prep to cheat mana, these spells would have been significantly less powerful. At best, Preparation is used to cheat mana and gain tempo, and at worst, functions as a combo enabler. Due to Preparation's effective ability to break the fundamental curve of Hearthstone, it comes in at number 2 on our list. Coming in at number 3 is Divine Favor. A seemingly innocuous card, Divine Favor has long been a card that has serious balance and design concerns behind it. It may not be the most ubiquitous in every format, but when it sees play, it's often the single most important card in the decks that run it, and it can be the sole difference between a win and a loss. For many Paladin decks in Hearthstone's history, such as Odd Paladin, Divine Favor is equally the best and worst card in the deck depending on the matchup. Against aggressive decks, Paladins can struggle to get even a single card out of Divine Favor, while against slower decks it can draw up to 9 cards. There are few things that are more frustrating than running a Paladin out of cards and resources only to have them draw Divine Favor, refuel, and undo all the work that had been done in that game. With Baku the Moon Eater surviving standard rotation, Odd Paladin will continue to have at least some presence as an almost guaranteed home for Divine Favor. Without access to it, Odd Paladins and aggressive Paladins in general would have to meter their resources more carefully. Leroy Jenkins has been the premier charge minion that players have had access to since Hearthstone was in beta. Leroy may not be the single most powerful card ever printed, but he does make for some uninteractive endings to games. Blizzard has been actively moving away from charge as a mechanic due to its ability to bypass opponent interaction, and rush has risen to take its place. Because of this, Leroy is one of the few remaining cards in standard that sports the charge mechanic, and more of a concern due to his inclusion in nearly all aggressive decks and the nature of charge being unfun to play against. Leroy is a relic of a bygone era of Hearthstone, where he existed in a world filled with strong charge minions. That time in Hearthstone is past, at least for standard, and as such, he should rotate into the Hall of Fame, where he can be at home with some of his other charge friends to roam the wild and smork carefree. Malygos comes in at number 5 to take the final spot on this list. Malygos has been lurking just below the surface for a long time, and only really rising to prominence during the 2016 Worlds meta, where Pavel took Malygos Druid to a first place finish. Since then, Malygos has been relatively quiet until the Year of the Raven. This past year saw Malygos as part of one of the best decks in Standard for almost the full duration. Along with the early ramp and survivability tools that Druid has access to, Malygos has been one of the go-to finishers for the class and has really highlighted the design space limitations he brings with him. Because of Malygos' mere existence in the standard environment, Blizzard has to be overly cautious about what cards they can and cannot print. For example, a card like Moonfire is completely fair, but when paired with Malygos, it becomes a 0-mana fireball. One could argue that this is just the nature of him as a finisher, but the line that the development team has to toe to keep him from being overpowered is arguably not worth his remaining in standard. Malygos is an abusable combo finisher and should be rotated into the Hall of Fame, where he can safely battle against other strong finishers without fear of new cards making him too powerful for standard. The cards on this list may not be the most obvious in terms of raw power, but they've proven to be problematic time and again, either by being auto-inclusions in deck building or by being too efficient for their cost. All 5 of these cards have been a consistent issue for the development team to balance Hearthstone's card pool around, so we would look forward to some, or all 5, being rotated into the Hall of Fame this year, or eventually. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to our channel. Let us know in the comments below what cards you think should be rotated into the Hall of Fame. Thanks for watching.